Saquon Barkley sticking it to the team that not only burned his jersey on Sunday, but also chose Daniel Jones over him might have all the media's attention, but it was the Eagles' defensive line that did something they haven't done in over a decade. All while A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts continued to shred opposing secondaries, Nick Sirianni showed up in a big way. Are the Birds finally back? I'm Thomas Mott. This is the Thomas Mott Show. Winning is everything in the NFL, but over the past 5 weeks, the Eagles' wins have all looked hard and at times pretty unimpressive. Yesterday, though, at MetLife Stadium, it felt very different. Not only did they have the most sacks, 8, in a game since Week 17 of the 2022 Super Bowl season, or the most rushing yards in a game, 269, since November of 2022 versus the Packers, but how about getting their first 20-plus point victory since the 2022 NFC Championship game? And so, let's celebrate. How about giving away this Eagles Kelly Green Nike sweater? No one claimed it when I gave it away last week, so if you want to go ahead and win it this week, drop a like down below, be a subscriber, and comment Saquon Barkley for your chance to win. I'll probably give it away on Thursday's show. Now, there's so much to love in this game, but Saquon Barkley dominating shortly after seeing a Giants fan burn his jersey on the way to the stadium is nothing short of sweet justice.
Are you at all surprised by the vitriol? I mean, they're burning your jersey in the parking lot.
That was crazy. That was crazy. I mean, I've seen my jersey get burned before over on social media, but the timing of it, like, I'm locked in. I'm listening to my music, and I see, like, the fans, and all I see is fans just pointing, and I look, and I'm like, what are they pointing at? And I see smoke, and I'm just like, my jersey getting burned. So, yeah, that was definitely different. I don't know if I ever experienced anything like that in my life, and, hopefully I don't experience that again. But in that moment, I was ready for 3rd and 1. Let's just say that.
Remember, the Giants chose Daniel Jones over Barkley and then pretended like Saquon was washed because he was 26 years old. Now, Saquon Barkley has more touchdowns than Daniel Jones does at MetLife Stadium in over a calendar year. Now, of course, the Birds' offense did start slow, adding to the streak of games without scoring a single point in quarter number 1. Not sure why. But the Birds' defense, however, how about Nolan Smith starting strong and really never looking back? By the way, Nolan played 45% of defensive snaps the entire game. He's been really good the past couple of weeks. 2 sacks in the same amount of time. I think he might be starting to figure things out. Now, today's video is sponsored by Manscaped, which recently just passed their 10 million sale, which is pretty crazy because I was one of those 10 million a couple years ago when I bought this, the Manscaped Lawnmower 2.0. And I've used this thing basically every single week since I got it, again, like 3 years ago, but it's crazy how far we've come. 2.0, how about the Manscaped Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, which features now the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra Electric Trimmer that now includes their next-gen dual skin-safe blade heads, which I can tell you trim a lot better than my old Lawnmower 2.0. And this new Lawnmower 5.0 is designed with their new foil blade technology, as you see right there, and it's designed to be super smooth, which I can confirm it is, and gets even the finest hairs. Now, in this Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, you also get the Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose hair trimmer, big fan of that for my nose hairs, and the Crop Soother and Crop Preserver products, plus their Boxers 2.0, which, I gotta be honest with you guys, are insanely comfortable. And to top it all off, the Shed 2.0 travel case to keep you grooming on the go. Over 10 million men have put their trust in Manscaped, again, including myself, and right now, our viewers of my show can get a special offer by going to manscaped.com, using my promo code MOTT at checkout to get 20% off, free international shipping, plus 2 free gifts. Again, that's 20% off, plus free shipping, plus 2 gifts at manscaped.com. Use the promo code MOTT to go ahead and jump in on this deal right now. Once quarter 1 was over, the Birds' offense, I guess, is allowed to start to roll as Saquon ignited on this outside zone run for 50, and then a few plays later, capped it off with a touchdown against his former team, and a minute afterwards, he talked a lot more smack during this game than anyone before.
I guess probably more within game. I probably talked a little more shit today than I usually do, but I think I did a really good job of being locked in through the week. Right now, where I'm at mentally, just focusing on my preparation, focusing on the little things, staying consistent, is the reason why, when I go out there and I'm getting booed or whatever, I didn't remove myself from the moment. I'll stay locked in the moment the whole time, and I got to continue to do that for the rest of the season.
Barkley had an incredible day with the second most rushing yards in a game against his former team in NFL history, which included 68 more yards than the entire Giants offense, all while reaching a career-high 21.93 miles per hour on that first big run of the day. And obviously his teammates, they were pretty fired up about it.
Extremely happy. He held it in all week. He tried his best. If he said otherwise, he lying. But I'm excited for him. I'm happy for him. You know, and he deserves it.
Now, following the Barkley score, how about Bryce Huff? Yes, Bryce Huff getting his first true solo sack as an Eagle, and what turned out to be his best day in Philly with 5 pressures on 18 pass rush snaps and a 21.1 pressure win rate versus Daniel Jones. He's got a long way to go to live up to that $17 million price tag, but Agent Zero, he's starting to get comfortable, which is really bad news for the rest of the league.
Definitely. I just feel like we see what we did. We're gonna look and see what we did today and find ways to improve on what we did. So,
is it fun when it seems like everyone's getting involved in the rest of the pass?
Yeah, it's a great feeling, like knowing that the whole D-line is getting back there, knowing that the whole D-line is producing, and even the linebackers getting back there and effective quarterback. It's a great feeling.
Now, Philly would drive back into Giants territory, but Hurts would miss a wide-open Devontae Smith on 3rd and 3 and bring up 4th down. And really, my only complaint yesterday was the lack of Devontae Smith targets. I get it, everyone else was going crazy, but Smitty needs a lot more than 1 catch for -2 yards. Hopefully, you can work him in a lot more versus Cincinnati this coming Sunday. Still, Jalen would pull out his vintage home run ball on 4th down and, of course, connect with A.J. Brown for the big touchdown. I'm really just wondering, when will teams finally stop giving A.J. Brown single coverage on key 4th downs inside their own territory?
It's just a great opportunity, one-on-one, in that situation of the game. An aggressive play, and another one that worked out for us.
Was that a check by you?
No, it wasn't.
Back on defense, and it was time for our weekly Quinyon Mitchell dropped interception as he ran this route better than Malik Nabers, but of course, just can't seem to hang on to any of these interceptions. He really, though, had Nabers in hell all day long with just 2 catches on 15 yards on the field and 1 crybaby press conference off of it.
I think about the Eagles' defense, especially in the first half, that they were doing differently that maybe you had not seen on film?
Nah, I mean, nothing really different. I mean, watch the target tape. That was it. I was open.
Mm-hmm.
This secondary is starting to feast on people. Like, look at Q and Slay's ratings against Nabers and company. Like, I get it. Daniel Jones, he was the quarterback. He's not that great, but this defense really the past couple of weeks and the secondary has been going crazy. I mean, their only bad drive with the Giants' 2-minute drill to end the half, and even on that one, they gave up some yards, but bent and did not break. It's been 2 weeks since the Eagles defense has allowed a single touchdown. Like, literally 2 weeks. That's crazy. It's been a long time since we've done that. This is the Vic Fangio defense we thought we were getting whenever we hired him. The past couple of weeks haven't been that great, but Browns, Giants, I know they're not the best offenses, but overall, they've been fantastic. Drop a like down below. Can we get 2,000 likes for this defense looking absolutely incredible the past couple of weeks? Back on offense to start quarter 3, and Hurts would find AJ on a quick slant, followed by another massive Saquon Barkley burst here. Gosh, he was going crazy. Then they'd brotherly shove their way to a touchdown and give the Birds a 3-score lead, a comfortable lead on a Sunday for the first time in what feels like forever. Back on defense, and Bryce Huff's pressure off the edge opened up another sack for Nakobe Dean, who was really great yesterday, to give the Birds, again, 8 total sacks on the day for this defense. 8! Like, do you realize how great that is? The 2022 70-sack team never had more than 7 in a game. Really, they've been completely different the past 2 weeks, and it's clearly going to be a problem for the rest of the league if this trend continues.
We just got to stay focused. Can't worry about all the ups and downs of the year. We won today. We had 8 sacks. Happy for Jalen. Jalen's got him got in there. Nolan, all the guys that people have been questioning. Everybody got a piece in there. JC got them 2 today. Who else got 2? Nakobe. I'm just happy for all them guys because I know what that feel like, to finally get that off your back and finally have a game together where we kept them out the zone.
It was just a matter of time when would I have time to get there. And I've been rushing the same. Ain't doing nothing different, but as a group, we've been taking care of each other. And like I said, the back end, they've been doing their thing too. We both sides been improving a lot. So, like I said, we just came together today.
I'm not 100% sure if I was just too impatient about the defensive line the first couple of weeks, or if they just needed more time to kind of find their groove, or if they're just playing bad opponents the past 2 weeks. But overall, this defensive line is making the Eagle defense so much more lethal. The secondary is fantastic, but if you're getting pressure and sacks and quarterback hurries and hits, this secondary is going to keep getting better, and this defensive line is going to be a real factor going forward. Something, of course, Nick Sirianni gave all the credit to Vic Fangio for the recent performance.
And so can't say enough good things about him. Was really excited about how the pass rush, felt like we captured some mojo in that pass rush. It feels a little bit You know, there was a game in 22, as I remember, that kind of went like this, and it's been the second game in a row where we've really got after the passer, and just a credit to the team defense, because that wasn't just the D-line. There was good coverage in the secondary going on.
Now back on offense, and Barkley would unload for his third run over 40 yards late in the third quarter, and all but end his day approaching, getting very close to his career high of 189 yards. Hurts would then show off the legs on 3rd down and 7, and then add another brotherly shove, but of course, to put the game on ice to start the fourth quarter on a Sunday afternoon. And back to Saquon for a second, how about this story from Nick Sirianni explaining that he wanted to give Saquon Barkley a couple more carries to break his career high, but it was Saquon who said, you know what, I've done my business, let's let Kenny Gainwell go ahead and eat.
I usually like to keep my conversations with guys private. Frank Reich was always would say to me, make sure we know when somebody's on the verge of doing something really special, because it's hard to do that. It's hard to recapture that, or breaking a record, or whatever it is. You know, similar to Devontae breaking the rookie single season record a couple years ago. You know, we really wanted to get that for him. And so, you know, that was on our mind, because I got the word from the box that he was close to his career high, and I sat there with him and I said, listen, here's where you are and here's what it is. And he looked at me and he said, I mean, this gives me chills to think about. Like, this guy is such a great teammate and all he cares about is winning. And he looked at me and he said, let the other guys eat. And I was like, you're special, dude.
Dix Hunt would then cap off his first career sack as an NFL player with this strip sack of Daniel Jones, and then Philadelphia would just let Kenny Pickett and the entire backup offense and defense enjoy the entire fourth quarter to cap off their 4th win of the season. The Eagles have won 4 times now this season, but this one is completely different. Normally on a Monday recap show, I'm trying to find the good. You know, there's a lot of bad here, a lot of bad there, but yeah, they pulled out a late last-second win against the Saints. This was 90% good and really just 10% bad, and BG and AJ Brown, they recognize that.
We're going to fight, and it just seemed like everything just coming together. Everybody just believing in one another, and, man, like I told you, it's just I'm happy that it's showing up, because we work every week. Had to deal with all that last week on how we won that last game, and I'm happy we came out against a good Giants team. I mean, no matter what, them boys, every game they've been in a close one. So for us to come out and do what we did today on defense, and offense got rolling, and special teams did their job too. Man, I'm just loving all 3 phases of the game.
A win is a win. That's for y'all. That ain't got nothing to do with us, you know. It's hard to win in this league, so that's up for y'all to like talk about and all this other stuff, but we just trying to get a win.
Now sure, there are plenty who want to criticize Jalen Hurts for more of a quiet day passing, but throw in a turnover-free day, plus his 2nd straight week with the first time in his career with back-to-back quarterback ratings over 119, and he was also incredible versus the blitz, and honestly, I'll take this version of Jalen Hurts paired with Saquon Barkley in the defense any day of the week. And his teammates are definitely starting to notice, like the fire, the smiling, that's pretty crazy, the swagger, it's starting to kind of give you those 2022 vibes. Now, not going to jinx it, not going to get ahead of myself. They have a long way to go, need to beat Cincinnati. But again, the body language is a key factor in a team performing well, and the body language for Hurts and the rest of them is way, way up.
He's just really emphasized the things that he wanted to work on, and that we needed to work on for the success of the team. And so that's something about Jalen Hurts, is that anything that he feels that, or we feel, or anybody feels that we need to get better at, he's going to work his butt off to do so, and really admire him for that.
I will say, you got to give A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith a couple more targets. I think A.J. had a fantastic quote, by the way, post-game, pretending to be a little dramatic and then joking around. You know what? When Saquon's eating, you don't need to throw me the ball that much, right?
The good and bad thing, you know, we're happy the guys ran the ball, but we want the ball too. Which was a few more attempts, but it's all right. It happens, you you're on to the next game, and you take it, so it's all good.
Well, what more could you ask for from this win on Sunday? Double-digit win, comfortable win, turnover-free win. They ran the football like crazy. The only real flaw was giving up a bunch of sacks to the best pass rush in the entire NFL, so you kind of, know my lotta. It makes sense, but this is exactly what we've been hoping for, a comfortable double-digit win where everything looks great. Defense is starting to really figure things out, and if this defense continues, like let's just say next week, this defense performs this well or close to it against Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and the Bengals Eagles offense, I think I'm ready to say the Eagles are officially back. I'm going to read your comments. I'm sure there'll be some negative ones down below, and I get it. They weren't perfect, but it's as close to a perfect game as the Eagles have had really since the Dolphins game week 7 of last year, which is over a year ago. It's a long time away. So want to read your comments. Let me know what you guys think down below. Give it a thumbs up for the Birds actually winning. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Plenty more news as we get ready for Cincinnati. I'm Thomas Mott on a Monday. This has been the Thomas Mott Show.